Good morning, collective. I hope everybody's well. I It's early morning. I've got no power, and that's the power telling me I haven't got power. So I've got no microphone or anything. So hopefully you can hear me okay. And I've got candles, right? So, but it's getting light, so it will get lighter as we go. So the message, let's get a clear and concise message, please, Holy Spirit, for the collective. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. We ask for peace, love, harmony, joy, stability, and abundance. Peace, love, joy, harmony, stability, and abundance. Pardon the beeping, but I can't stop that. Now, I don't know what's going on here, but the Facebook icon has just come up on my screen. So, I don't know why that is there. But anyway, I'll just leave it alone for the moment. Peace, love, harmony, stability, and abundance. Throw a bit of joy in there too, please. So, no weapon formed against us shall prosper. Hopefully that will stop in just a moment. I don't know why that is doing that. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. All negative energies will be returned to sender immediately, dissolved into the ether, deemed ineffective, just as the Holy Spirit sees fit. Thank you. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Holy Ancestors, Holy Angels, Holy Spirit Guides and Fairies. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your guidance and wisdom, love, peace and harmony. Now, I'm going to have to hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm going to have to try and project my voice somehow. I'll do my best, all right? But I've got the door open because I'm just trying to get the energy right, and I might have to go and put my puppy dog away because we went for a walk early in the morning, in the dark. I was hoping to catch the moon going down, but it was all cloudy, so I couldn't see it anyway. But anyway, I might have to just go and put her up the top, and then we'll continue. So, okay, Lena, just a minute. I'll just pause. Okay, let's start again, shall we? Shall we try and get a clear message here? Now, the traffic's making a little bit of noise, but I'll try and work with it. I might have to close the front door. It's just that I wanted to keep the energy flow through, right? So I opened the front door to try and get the airflow. But then we've got trucks and things going past, because this is actually an old a closed down roadhouse that I'm in. Hopefully it'll be quiet for a little while. So hopefully you can hear me, right? So let's get a message, shall we? All right. So where should we start? It's the full moon, so let's start with our Queen Moon Oracle, because it's a full moon. Okay. We have a little bit of sip of tea. Oh, I love my morning tea. Okay, let's get this. Holy Spirit, Holy Ancestors, a clear, concise message, please. Please speak through me, to me, speak through me, please, Holy Spirit. Speak to me, speak through me. Creation. This is a co-creating with God here. Yes. I hope somebody, somebody may need to do like a chakra clearing on the solar plexus, get that creativity, solar plexus and sacral chakras, to get that creativity flow. I think it's opening. Creation. So it's time to create. So there we go. There's the message. So we, as the collective, are the co-creators, right? This is what we're here to do at this time, because everything's so unstable around the world. So, but during this time of manifestation, because we're told that there's all these, negative things going on, and well, they are, because this is what has been manifested through the media and the news and the the powers projecting all the negativity across the planet, right? So the frogs are starting again. I've got that many frogs around here, and I don't know what the frog totem is. It's all these little ones, they bounce around in the morning. Anyway, I don't know what the meaning of the frog is. Someone can tell me, right? I can't look it up because I'm actually trying to record on the phone, right? So, co-creating with God, we need to stay focused, right? We need to do the visualizations, visualizing the things, the world in which how we want it, right? How do we want to how do we want our world to look? I've got two little frogs that are into it on the on the stool here, where my speaker is. Yeah, they're at it. So there might be there might be a union happening. So that sounds pretty cool. So anyway, getting back to what I was saying. Co-creating with God the world that we wish to live in. We need to realign. We need to visualize how it is to look and feel and smell. What we need to focus on, what we want and not what we don't want. We don't want, because this is how we manifest. So this is what the 144 are supposed to do. They're supposed to be bringing in the love and staying focused on how we want our world to look, because we have been inundated with the negativity and everyone's focusing on that. And I'm trying to be louder than the frogs here. They're at it on my... They're at it on my speaker, like somebody's chasing someone here. Anyway, how do we want it to look? We want it to be abundant, right? We want it to be fertile, hence the frogs. Fertile, I'll try and show you. They stay there. See the two frogs? What? Did you see them? They were actually just mating a minute ago. Procreating. That's what we want. We want a fertile, abundant world, right? A naturally fertile, abundant world full of pleasure. Look, we need to visualize that, because so no watching of the TV and news and all this negative stuff. Like, we're not ignorant to it, and being ready, like, because I'm having all kinds of like, we might need to be preparing for no power and things like that. Oh look, they're at it again. They're in love, these two frogs. But anyway, we need to be focusing, like preparedness, right? Because there is, I don't want to be speaking anything out there, but we need to be focusing on the world that we want to create. Okay, this is a co-creation with God. We want it to be fertile, and we want it to be full of love and peace and harmony, and we want stability, right? Stability in the chaos. We want fertility. We want life. We want love. We want peace. And abundance of everything. We're not, we are the co-creators of God, and we've been so programmed to believe that, we need to be in fear. Like, if we don't toe the line and we don't behave in certain ways, and that we, like, God's wrath is going to come down on us. Well, yeah, if we're doing the wrong things, things will come down on us, right? We will reap what we sow. So it's about what we sow into the world is to what we want to create. We only got to create it with our minds, right? It's a thought, it's an imagination. So what is in the mind? Is your mind clear? Is your mind pure of thought? Or is it negative and dark, and is it nasty, and is it fearful? Is it, clear the mind and purify it and fill it with love, hope, faith, right? God will provide what you imagine, right? And what you put out there, what you reap, what you put out there, the way you behave in society, the way you are to the rest of the world, how we see it, what do we focus on? Do we focus on the beauty in the world, or do we focus on the negative? So it's about what we focus on is to what we project. They're in the speaker now. It's like they're projecting. They're projecting fertility. Fertility and love and union, right? So what else have we got here? Thank you, Spirit. Peace, love, harmony. Peace, love, harmony, stability, and abundance. And here we go again, it's come out, pleasure. And a little bit of fun thrown in. Look at that, pleasure, pure, but it comes with the pure of heart, right? The pure, that pure, happy feeling. I have experienced that many times, that and being alone out in nature and feeling that pure bliss, you know what I mean? Like, sorry about the trucks. that pure bliss feeling of peace, that peacefulness, you know. I mean, I've got it here. I'm in a perfect, beautiful place here. You know, it's where this is situation is quite remote. It's a whole roadhouse. The trucks do go past, but I'm on the edge of an escarpment, mountains, and there's spring water, and there's you know, like it's abundant. You know, like you can grow. It's got good fertile soil, and yeah. But to experience that pure bliss without actually doing anything and just being in it, you know what I mean? And feeling it in the air, that peaceful harmony, you know. I remember I was in a gorge one day, and it was quite hard to get to, so I had a four-wheel drive. It was a bit of a battle in the old Land Rover, but I got there, and there was this beautiful gorge, and it was like almost it was like a cathedral type shape, and there was these beings there. There was 3 different types of beings. I did a meditation, and they came from the rock paintings that were on the walls, but they were singing, and I could hear them singing, and it was like this harmonious bliss that they projected into the environment. These beings did not, they spoke like telepathically. They didn't like speak as such, but they, sorry, we got the trucks going past me. I hope I'm being loud enough because I haven't got the thing on, but that pure harmony and peace. But yeah, they only spoke telepathically, so it was like a feeling. It's really hard to explain, but it was just like this blissful harmony and peace between these 3 different types of beings, and one was in the water, one was on the earth, and one was of air. I felt like there were 3 different types, and they were groups, and they were singing. They all had a different frequency that they were singing at, but they harmoniously worked together in this gorge. I mean, and the feeling of pure bliss in that place was like that. It really felt like that, right? It was amazing. It was one of the most incredible experiences that I've ever had. It's just, okay, that's it. And it was all about that gratitude, you know, having that gratitude of what is there already, what we already have. And being at peace with what is already there. You know, like so many people, they will go into a place which is already perfect. Like, for instance, like in nature. Sorry, I haven't even brushed my hair. I did wash my face. Anyway, oh no, yeah, people, you know, like are always looking to make things better than what it is, rather than appreciating and being thankful and having gratitude for what that already is there in front of them, you know, and really appreciating it, like really appreciating it, you know, with the heart, you know, like if you go into, like you see like a butterfly, for instance, and it's like, wow, you know, like, and to really appreciate that as it is, without, or a bird, without wanting to capture it and put it in a cage and keep it, or an environment that you know, without wanting to change it, wanting to fix it in some way. You know what I mean? There's always this constant feeling of having to fix something, or change it, or make it better than what it already is. Nothing can make anything better than God, right? He's made everything perfect. So when we go out into nature, you know, people will go, this would be great if we make a path here, or if we put a bench there, or if we make a fireplace here, or if we cut all these things down and make it tidy, without actually just being in it and appreciating it as it is, right? That's where the bliss is. That's where the peace and the harmony is, because you're not looking at what needs to be fixed all the time. You know, I'll go into the bush and appreciate it just as it is, you know. And then somebody next to me might come in and go, oh, well, we need to cut that branch down and mow that grass and do this and do that. You know, you see my point? Or even in your own space, appreciating what one already has without the need to be thinking about what you don't have, you know. Oh yeah, this is all good, but I don't have this. So, these little frogs. So, appreciating what you already have. You know, the smallest things, even if you don't have much, even if you're even if you've only got one set of clothes and living on the street, appreciating those clothes that you have, appreciating the air that you breathe, the water that you can drink, the water, fresh water, clear water, purify your water. You can purify your water with a movement of vortex, you know, the swirl. You can speak clarity into a water, frequency. Into the water. You can project a frequency into the water to heal the water, which heals your body, right? The purest form of water that you can get. But you can project a frequency into whatever you have, whatever you ingest, the food, the water, purify it. Purify whatever it is you intake with positive energy, right? High frequency. And move away from negativity, like turn off the TV, you know, like be mindful of what you're intaking in music, and you know, like, is that music, does it bring you peace, or does it bring you hatred or destruction, or, you know, like, is it like winding you up to be aggressive? These are the things we need to be aware of, right? Is something that you're watching on TV, is it bringing you fear? Turn it off, right? Because we need to be focusing on what is being at peace, in a harmony, and being stable and in a love for high. Love is the highest frequency, right? That's God consciousness, being at peace and full of, care and love for everyone and everything, not not being full of hate and jealousy and nastiness, projections, right? We want to be projecting peace and love, and peace and love and stability, and that brings abundance, right? We want that love and abundance. What is this? Beauty. See, this is the appreciation and being at peace with nature, and this is harmonious, and this is having gratitude and just really in understanding what we already have brings us peace, and that love brings beauty, looking at the beauty in things, in those small things, the butterflies, the flowers, nature, the breeze. So many people go out into their garden and it's like, oh no, I have to kill all these weeds and poison, and I've been having to do some of that because I'm working for someone else, and he's going into this panic. I've been trying to educate. I've got all my cards all over the place here. What's going on? Trying to find alternatives, than to be having to use chemical sprays and things like that is really bad, and it's bad for nature, but it's bad for the environment, but also like we've got these everything's out of balance, you know what I mean? Like, that's why we do have things that are overgrowing in nature. But see, nature does find its own balance. Order comes naturally in chaos. You know what I mean? Like the order in chaos. A chaotic garden creates its own order, you know what I mean, and balance. So we also have having patience, and that was another thing that I was at odds with my boss, right? Because I'm clear, like working on the yards and whatnot here and garden and all that kind of thing. And he feels anxiety with the grass growing and like seeing a little bit of messy weed, or it creates anxiety because he sees things out of place and out of order. But it's about seeing the order in the chaos. You know what I mean? And then we have fruition. I mean, look at all that chaotic plants and stuff on this person's head. This is how people see. And it's almost like, like they can't see this is not being able to see the forest for the trees, right? And this is something that he said is like, we need to cut all these plants down so we can see. And it's like, but seeing what, right? Like, but at the expense of, having a nice lush garden that keeps everything cool and the ground protected and all that kind of thing. He's just saying he just wants everything clear. See, this is all part of the programming that we've had, is to cut everything down and clear everything so that it looks neat, right? But it's been able to see the beauty and the order in chaos, right? Because the idea of you can't see the forest for the trees, so it's like cutting your nose off to spite your face. Cutting the trees down so you can see the trees. Does that make any sense? Not really, no. It's cutting your nose off to spite your face, right? And this is what I'm getting here, fruition. So patience, having patience. Something is coming here. So Spirit is saying that something is coming here and somebody needs to have patience to see something develop. And like, for example, I'm using myself as an example, right? So you take it as it resonates for you, right? Doing things slowly and systematically in harmony with nature, there's a union we have with the universe where things move in a harmonious pace. I can put it as a pace. And one must have patience to do things in divine, that's what divine timing is, right? Like, you do things in divine timing, like you will, you weed your garden in the autumn or the spring. Your flowers come in the spring. Like, there's an order to doing things. Like, we prepare, we prepare in the autumn for the winter. Like we clean things and clear things out in the spring. Like, there's different things for different seasons, and that is divine timing, and that is that the pace that we do it should not be rushed and in anxiety, okay? And because this is for us as well, to do things at an even pace. And the way that we've been programmed in society as it is to rush around and try and have everything done fast, keep moving, like this anxious, fast pace. But it's going against the natural order, the divine timing. It's not like that. It is, you imagine, like how the planets move, they don't rush. And we'd be all, you know what I mean? Like the way the sun comes at that evening, it comes in the morning, it comes at an even pace. The moon goes down at an even pace, like everything rotates in a slow, harmonious pace, right? Things grow at a certain pace, and we are to work and do things and rest when we need rest, like people keep pushing until they fall down and, they get sick, That's what happens. And what happened just recently, like my boss, he just rushes around, wants everything done now, and he tries to do too much, and he's just fell off a ladder and broken his hip. You know, this is an indication that somebody needs to slow down, you know, and do things at a nice, even pace. If somebody has too much responsibility, if they're working too much, it needs to be pulled back, and that workload needs to be shared with others, if it's even necessary. Some people think all these things need to be done, which are kind of unnecessary things, you know what I mean? Or, you know, like, I'm trying to think of examples. But we've got release, yeah, releasing the need to control. Thank you, Spirit. Yes. And it is about control, releasing the need to control. That's the issue here. Controlling the environment, controlling everything around you, having to control the birds that fly, the insects, the frogs. You know, like, I don't worry about it. I just go, oh, well, yeah, the frogs, there's no way I can control the frogs around here. Like, they just bounce all over the place, they're everywhere. And same as the lizards, you know, I don't worry about them. I just let them be. You know, they keep the mosquitoes at bay and things like that. So there's a natural, you know, like there's a natural order. So staying in that, releasing the need to control everything, you know, we can't. And I really feel, I'm so blessed to be here, right? But, you know, there's a reason that I'm here, and, you know, I was led here by Holy Spirit. I didn't know where I was going. I just got led here through circumstance, and I followed my guides, and but I feel for people that are trapped in the cities that are all fast-paced and having to, you know, just getting that song, you know, dun 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 dun. Is it dun 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 money? You know, Pink Floyd's "Give Me Some," dun 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 dun. You know that, and that having to be on the wheel every day to be, and it's all about trying to get that money. Give me some, dun 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 dun. But you've got to be on the treadmill, right? To, you know, people obsessing over the material. When everything's already here, if we can appreciate what's already here, you know, we can slow down a bit, you know. See that you've already got everything. Even if it's just the clothes on your back, and trusting God that your next meal will turn up at the end of the day, whether you're on that treadmill or not. If you're going hungry, then maybe we need to fast. If we ask God for guidance, protection, and to provide, you know, we only have to ask, and it always turns up. Always. But we need to release the need to control, to need to know how it's going to come. That's the biggest thing. Like, how are you going to pay this bill? Or how are you going to get your next meal? As soon as you release the need to know, it just is provided if you have faith, right? But see, there's many people out there who believe they have faith, but they don't, because they haven't released the need to know where the next meal is coming from. So this is releasing the need to know, releasing the need to control. Yeah, so it comes with the imagination. What is it that we want to our world to look like? What is it, it? It comes with the imagination. Being at peace with oneself, and then it flows to you, and then all of a sudden you know. Because God provides the knowledge for us to then be able to go in the right direction, to find the fruit, or how to pay a bill, or, you know, like it just, if we release the need to control it, it turns up. It doesn't mean sitting around doing nothing. You know, we can't be just lying around on our couch thinking that God's going to bring us, you know, our food on a platter, right? We do have to be out there. But we don't need to be, I don't know how to put it, you know, like chasing. We don't need to be chasing. So it's becoming the magnet for the ideas, for the whereabouts. Like, it's like, you know, like if I put it out there, I'll go, okay, I need, like, this has happened to me before. Well, it happens to me all the time, right? But for instance, I needed some new boots, right? Some work boots. And I thought, where am I going to get these work boots, right? And then next thing, this friend of mine comes and says, what size are you? And I said, why is that? And he goes, I was just riding my bicycle along the edge, you know, along the road, and I seen this box. And in this box was these work boots. And they were nearly new, and they looked new. And he says, I picked them up, and he says, I thought they might fit you. And so there were the boots, and you know what I mean? Just like that, bang. That even when I was coming to this place, I was, you know, I was just following, I was just travelling, I didn't know where I was going, and I was like 50 kilometres down the road, and I was like, Holy Spirit, like, God, where am I going? I says, I really want to stop. I want to, you know, stop for a while. I've been on the road for a long time, and I would really like somewhere where I can work and, you know, have a roof over my head and have a pool. You know, I was really going out to it, you know, like I have a swimming pool, and I have, I'd like, you know, a nice fresh spring water, and, you know, somewhere where I can, you know, where it is beautiful landscape and be at peace. And anyway, 50 kilometres down the road, I pull into this place, and there was two fellas out the front, and one of them had only just got there the day before, and the other one was a caretaker here for a long time. And I stopped and I said, do you think it'd be alright if I just camp in the park here for a couple of days, you know? I wanted to have a rest. And they says, yeah, no worries, we'll just call the boss and see if that's okay. And he says, it's alright if I do some work, I can stay. Anyway, that was like, I think it was about 5-6 months ago now. I'm still here, and now I'm the caretaker, and I'm here on my own. The other fella stayed for a while, and he helped with doing the grounds and whatnot here, but now it's a pretty big workload, but I like it, you know what I mean? I like it. And so, yeah, it was like I was down the road asking for it, talking to God, saying, you know, this is what I'd like if I can stop, and bang, there it is, you know? It's pretty awesome when you've got that kind of faith. Anyway, I'm still talking and we're 45 minutes in. So let's get some cards on here, okay? Yeah, alrighty. So this is what, well, you know, this is what Spirit's talking about. Creation, co-creating with God. It's about the imagination, right? Whatever you can come up with in your imagination, but it has to be like pure of heart, you know? It has to be for the right reasons as well, you know? Creation, clarify, please, Spirit. What is the message here for the collective? We have the offer, we have an offer. Ooh. So we've got a Knight of Cups, a Queen of Cups in reverse, and a Knight of Pentacles. What is this about? So somebody may want to apologise. There's a Queen of Cups in reverse, a mother figure. This could be like an emotional offer. Somebody may be wanting to make somebody an offer, like a solid offer with the Knight of Pentacles here. And with the Knight of Cups, there's emotion, right? And the Queen of Cups is in reverse. Somebody might be actually wanting to apologise about something. This Queen of Cups here in reverse, to bring or give, apologise and give a solid offer. We have the Virgo, yeah, somebody that's heartbroken, and we have a Virgo here, hermit, or somebody's in hermit. Somebody might be going within, they might be wanting to bring an apology for something. It's emotional, and but it comes with a solid offer. Somebody's waiting for their ships to come in. So somebody might be considering this that somebody doesn't know about. What is the pleasure here? Going within, we have the Hermit again. It just came out again. With pleasure. The Hermit. It's a pleasure. I'm hearing it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to work with you. That's what I heard. Somebody wants to bring a solid... Here we have the Wheel of Fortune. So somebody wants to... Somebody's gone within and they want to present a solid offer. They don't want to be left out in the cold. Clarify this, Hermit. Clarify the Hermit, please, Holy Spirit. They're burdened. We have the Seven of Swords in reverse and we have the Ten of Wands. So it's somebody's burdened, and They might be needing somebody's help. It's like they don't, it's like they're gone within. It's like, and this could be the apology, they're burdened by it, but they want to give somebody something solid because they're burdened and they need some help. There's a Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So somebody might be needing some sort of assistance from a Queen of Swords to relieve a burden here. They don't want to, like with the Seven of Swords in reverse, it's like reversing some sort of deception. Well, there's no deception in this. Somebody who doesn't trust somebody, and this is why. So somebody knows that somebody doesn't trust them, and they're trying to give some sort of reassurance. This is that they're not going to be deceptive, and it's because they're burdened, and they're giving an offer because they need some help. Beauty. Clarify this beauty. Clarify the beauty. A Page of Cups. Yeah, somebody feels, I heard meek, like childish. They feel small, but they want to give a cup of love, a cup of something. A King of Cups is in reverse. Yeah, they got no victory here. So what is this patience? So this is somebody from the past. Somebody could be nostalgic. It's like, yeah, somebody wants to say they're burdened about, there's an Empress in the bottom, in the reverse here, who's feeling vulnerable. And there's a King of Cups in reverse. So there could be two people feeling like this. And there could be this Knight of Cups and this Queen of Cups in reverse. There might be two people who might be feeling the same way. There's somebody from the past. There could be somebody from the past. Somebody's nostalgic. Or it could be somebody's family. We do have the Devil energy and the Two of Wands in reverse. So somebody's asking for somebody to be patient. Two of Wands. Devil energy, Two of Wands. They don't want to repeat this devil energy. It could be somebody not wanting to give up some addictions, or somebody not wanting to behave in maybe a way that they behaved in the past. In this devil energy, they don't want, it's like somebody battling with the devil, right? Somebody's fighting their demons and they're asking for help. Fruition. yeah, they made a bad investment because of this demon here, this devil energy. There could be a Capricorn here, the Wheel of Fortune. It was a bad investment. The Empress in reverse. So somebody made a bad investment and it's not fruitful. So whatever it is they did, or whatever energy they were in, it was unfruitful. It didn't produce anything. It was a waste of time. It was stupid, I heard. So what is this release? And this is a release of guilt too. A release of guilt. And we have this releasing. It could be a party energy, like releasing a third party even, or the Two of Pentacles in the upright. It's holding back. Yeah, so somebody's holding back from their addictions, perhaps. They might have been over partying or gossiping or something. So they're holding back from that. They could be releasing this energy. So it's releasing their demons. So somebody's going within and releasing their demons. They want a new beginning, and they don't feel. They're not feeling like a star, but they want a new beginning. For the 10 of Swords. But this is giving me like self-sabotage sort of energy. But they want a new beginning after this poor judgment. And we have Justice here. Okay, here we go. So, and then we've got the Tower. Right, let's see how this is coming out. And we have an Emperor with an Ace of Pentacles, bringing some sunshine. Or they expose something here. Oh, there's a High Priestess in reverse as well. Okay. Wow. So, somebody wants a new beginning for sabotaging. This is like stabbing themselves in the back here. They are going through a tower, so we've got the Justice. Oh, and a Queen of Wands. Here they all are. We've got a whole. Right. Okay. So, whoever this is, they want a new beginning, and they feel silly, and they were not a star in a situation. They didn't shine because they sabotaged somebody. This could have been sabotaging the collective, or just self-sabotaging themselves because of their overindulgence in, could be gossip, it could be partying, it could be addiction, it could be something they were doing with a third party or a group of people, right? They had poor judgment. They may have been sticking knives in somebody's back. But Justice is here. Yeah, I feel this is probably somebody who, I hope you can hear me all right. This is somebody who, may have been sticking knives in someone's back here, like in a group setting, like this could be, like people talking about somebody behind their back. But there's Justice here that was somebody could have been saying that somebody was naive or foolish or something like that. They're not a star, they're whatever. So they're putting knives in somebody's back here. I feel it's the collective, and this is why they want to apologise or bring some sort of offer, because what goes around comes around, right? And what goes around comes around. We have, that was poor judgment, and now we've got justice in the Tower. They could have even created a whole bloody legal situation. But this is also saying that this is justice, that somebody's having this tower because of their past energy. This is the Emperor, but somebody's now standing in the upright. We have an Emperor here. This could be a business person, somebody, it could be an Aries, could be this is Aries energy, Aries leader, a leader. An Emperor is a leader, obviously, could be a father figure. Who's going through a tower, and so they want to give a solid offer with the Ace of Pentacles. So, and this is also, yeah, they self-sabotage themselves because of what they were doing. This is karma, right? So we've got the Sun. So with the Moon in reverse, this is exposure. This is exposure. So they're seeing something, or they're seeing the light, and they want to give this solid offer. An Ace of Pentacles. Now we have a High Priestess in reverse, so, and a Queen of Wands in reverse. These are two people, two feminine energies here that have some sort of ties with this Emperor. They're both in reverse, you know. It's like a couple of witches who are being exposed. They could have, these two witches could have actually created this tower for this Emperor. Like, they could be this person's karma for overindulging and being foolish. So we have Death here is in reverse. So something's not ended with these two feminine energies here. But then there's a Wheel of Fortune that is tempered. It's being tempered by these two witches. Two feminine energies. Something's not over with these two feminine energies. They could be bringing this karma or tempering somebody's Wheel of Fortune, something to end. So these two witches could be working on this Emperor to end his Wheel of Fortune, to put this person into a state of self-sabotage. This is interesting. This whole layout is completely different than what I would normally do. But where does the collective fit in here? I don't know. It's like I can't see the collective here at all on this table. So, where do we go from here, Spirit? Where is this message going? Okay. So we'll pull our light seers out. I'm sorry, this is actually quite long. I'll try and not make this too long, but okay, clarify the Knight of Cups, please. With the Queen of Cups in reverse. The Knight of Cups with the Queen of Cups in reverse. Somebody created a mess. That's why they're burdened. Knight of Cups with the Queen of Cups in reverse. Or just the Knight of Cups, please. Right. Yeah, burdens. Ten of Wands again. Somebody's burdened. This is why they want to bring an offer or an apology. They're burdened by whatever it is they've done. Queen of Cups in reverse. They might be being over-emotional. Bad investment. So they made a bad investment with this Queen of Cups in reverse. Clarify the Knight of Pentacles. The Queen of Wands wants to make an offer. Or this person wants to make an offer to a Queen of Wands. This is a business person. The Hermit. Clarify the Hermit. The Hermit. A King of Pentacles is the Hermit. So the King of Pentacles is going in within and he's thinking about this Queen of Wands and giving them an offer because of their past investment with the Queen of Cups in reverse. There was a love offer, but it was a bad investment. It brought burdens. Seven of Swords, clarify. Sorry about my dog barking as well, but Seven of Swords, this is the Queen of Cups, is in the upright. Somebody is a mother figure. Nine of, okay, Ten of Wands, clarify the Ten of Wands. Queen of Cups is not a thief. Somebody's gone within or they're looking at this business person to be a mother figure and they're not, they're trustworthy. This person is trustworthy, they're loving, they're caring, right? This is the collective here. I feel that both of these two women are the same person. Or this King of Pentacles could be deciding, like he's going within, do I give the offer to a Queen of Wands or do I give the offer to a Queen of Cups? Somebody who is like business-minded, beautiful, seductive, or the motherly, loving, caring energy, who is trustworthy. Yeah, so this King of Pentacles looks like he's actually weighing up his burden, but the devil is in reverse. He's weighing up his options onto who he's going to give an offer to. Yeah. This could be Capricorn. Yeah, strong Capricorn here. Page of Cups. Page of Cups, the Moon. So somebody could be exposed for being a, I just heard Casanova. Yeah, like a love bomber, something like that. Oh. Options, yeah, that's what I said. Somebody's weighing up their options. Or there could be an illusion here, so be careful. Okay, somebody's weighing up their options, knowledge and work. Somebody's looking at somebody's work ethic. And they're weighing up their options. They're looking at their work ethic and patience. Six of Cups. Clarify the Six of Cups. So this could be the past that has brought somebody karma. This could be the family situation, or someone from the past brought somebody karma with this 10 of Swords. The devil energy. Clarify the devil energy. Or their nostalgic. We have a King of Cups. He's in the upright. It could be a father figure. It could be a Capricorn, being that it's devil energy, but this is the King of Cups in the upright. Or it could be that this person's a Capricorn, father figure. But we've got a match here. We've got a King of Cups and a Queen of Cups. But somebody could be receiving karma from the past, from past energy. Somebody received karma from past energy for being a Casanova, perhaps. Yeah. 2 of Wands in reverse. We have an Emperor. Here he is, the Emperor again. Yeah, he doesn't want to repeat another. He doesn't want to repeat another bad investment. 7 of Pentacles. Clarify the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, heartbreak. The 7 of Pentacles is in reverse. So this is a past situation that's brought heartbreak with this bad investment. So the seeds that they planted just brought them stress. Or whatever they invested in just brought them stress.